guys, and how's it going? Hey, this is a 1959 Alfa Romeo, what do you call it, Giulietta?
Giulietta Sprint.
This is a friend of mine, Clark. We are are in the process of kind of help settle an estate, and this is one of the vehicles that are there. We don't know too much about it, again, because it's an estate other than it was on the road. And Clark probably knows more about it than I do, so I'll let him.
Yeah, the gentleman who owned this car had a variety of Alfa Romeos, also was very active in the early 60s racing these cars. This was a car that he purchased from a gentleman in California in 1990, had it shipped to his home in Maine, and it appears that he didn't do a whole lot other than keep it mechanically going. Darren and I pulled it out of a barn up in Maine last fall, along with that aerial motorcycle.
And some other stuff. And again, this is just one of the pieces that the family is trying to sell to help with the estate. And we're just kind of go through it, see what kind of condition it is in, do some maintenance on it maybe if it needs it, and just kind of give it a once over. But what's you going to do, bring a trailer, you're thinking?
I think we're going to put this on Bring a Trailer with no reserve and see how it does.
Okay.
Today's the day we kind of look at it a little more closely and discover how clean it may or may not be on the underside.
If it's still a California car, or if it turned into a Maine car. Yeah. It originally was white. Somebody painted it red. It looks like a long time ago, judging by the the checking that's on the paint. But it looks pretty straight. Our first assessment, it's got decent tires on it. The bumpers are straight. We think it's only been a couple of years that it hasn't been driven around. It did fire up once we charged the battery up. I think we had to bump it, and I have footage somewhere of us rescuing it. It shot, what was it? Not walnuts, it was the acorns out of the exhaust, like 100 of them into the trailer, and they're all rolling marbles as he's trying to back it into the trailer. Wouldn't stay running, had a little bit of a idle issue to it that we're probably going to go look at. But other than that, that's pretty much what we know on it. So we're going to go get it up on the lift. We haven't done that yet, and kind of give ourselves an assessment of what we have on it. Again, we'll grab a light and we'll kind of give her a better once over, but it does run, so let's go drive it up on the lift and take a peek under there. Let's go see how it looks underneath. First impressions. Looks pretty good. I see a bunch of undercoating, but it looks very old. Sometimes you gotta, undercoating, you gotta watch out. It's hiding his sins, or it's actually meant to protect stuff. I see a bunch of new components put in. Looks like the snubber, the drive shaft joints, that looks new. Oh, you want to call that dampener, isolator. Exhaust looks decent. Fuel pump looks a little wet. Looks like all the lines are new. All that stuff looks new. Brake line, flex hose is new. Looks like somebody might have replaced the gas tank. That looks pretty clean. No rust on it. Again, this was supposed to be from California, so yeah, it looks pretty decent. All the joints are greased. Wetness on the rear end happens. I think somebody maybe added seatbelts to it. That cross member looks awfully clean. New motor mounts, transmission mounts. Looks like the clutch sleeve cylinder may have been replaced, or at least painted. Motor mounts look new up in there. So somebody took their time and kind of went through it. Yeah, the flex hoses in the front are new. Looking on the back sides of the fenders and stuff. I don't see any patches. Looking up in the wheel well, see if we see any kind of metal repair. Let's go pick a little bit. I think it's already kind of coming off here a little bit anyway. Let's go see what the metal looks like underneath this. Looks pretty good, actually. I don't know if you want to tap out or want a hammer. Is there any place else we can... Yeah, well, that looks like bare steel. Well, right there. Looks like the heat of the exhaust kind of melted the undercoating away a little bit there. Yeah, wherever I'm picking, I'm seeing shiny metal, so. What if that's from the factory or not? Yeah, because at first it was kind of like looking like this is a patch or something, but I don't think so. I think it's just coating that's on it. Let's see if we can dig down to the corner. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything welded in. Like I said, you can see like a bunch of undercoating. It just looks like where the gun hit it, you know, where it hit thicker than others. About right there, we got the shiny spot. Yeah. Hit you in there. Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. I think it's California Heritage is still showing. Could we reach way up there? I don't think so. Let's go check behind the rear wheel wells there. I don't see anything. Oh. New mounts on the exhaust. So I think it was mechanically gone through, just nothing done with the paint, you know, and the interior wasn't all that concerned. It looks like it was just put together to be a good driver. Front of parts look nice and greasy. I don't think where it was parked had much of a wet spots on the floor. I thought there was a little bit maybe right here. We could wipe all that stuff down and see. Again, it's been sitting, so you know, I don't expect it to be completely dry, but we could run it and see what happens. Done looking under here? Let's go let it back down. Go better look at the interior, but we'll go fire it up and see what we got for tires on it. Here are Michelin's. I don't see a date code on them. I don't know if they're new old stock or they're something from like... They look decent though. I don't see any cracking or anything on them. The tread all looks good. Can't tell what age they are though. Oh yeah, let's go let it down and we'll fire it up. I know it kind of idles a little sputtery. I don't know what we got for fuel and stuff in it, whether we need a carb adjustment or cleaning, or I'd probably like to be able to pull a wheel off, at least one in the front and one in the back too. We'll see what we got for brakes and all. All right, let's go let it down. I've got her down waist level. It looks like somebody painted the rims or restored the rims. I don't know what that would be right there, that decal. But they look too clean to be, what, 65 years old? 66 years old? It definitely was a white car, painted red. The interior looks like it's a hodgepodge a little bit. I don't know, these seats I don't think were with this car, judging by whatever this pedestal setup is on here. The washers and stuff, I don't think that would be factory. What do we got, an air cleaner over there? Like maybe a stock air cleaner. It has a Weber on it now, so I don't know what these are for. I don't know if those are factory or not. Dash has been painted red too. Gauges look pretty good. How many miles are on it? 65? I think it says 65,000. Funky steering wheel. Headliner's got some like it was hitting her head or something. They put like a plastic bow to hold that up. Probably looking at the bottom of the doors and stuff. And doors all look pretty good. Got a dent right here. Let's go look around the other side. The biggest thing is probably just like the crazing that's going on the paint. We can peek in the door. See if we see any. Looks pretty good. They're all metal, so that would be the original paint. So if anything's going to show, that's where it would be. The rockers look pretty decent. Yeah, it's got like this. You know, it's obvious where it's showing, but all this going on. I don't know what happened as far as on the paint on the car, but. The wheel wells again that we're looking at. Yeah, it's got so much undercoating under there, it's hard to tell, but it's on there pretty decent. So sometimes undercoating will start lifting off and cause more of a damage than it is good. But yeah, they definitely gave it a good shot of it. It's doing what it's supposed to, I guess. Yeah, more of that paint. And then the underneath of the hood is white. They didn't do a very good whoever painted it, it was probably a long time ago. Didn't take very much care in making sure it all got turned back to red. All right, let's go let down. Let's go look under the engine hood, bonnet. What do you want to call it? Definitely got some funky mirrors on it. I drove the car in. They don't do very much. Very hard to go in and go see. Engine bay looks pretty clean. I think the original wiring harness looks decent. It's in place. Everything looks pretty organized. No funky hardware or anything on it. Except for, again, it's got... It looks like a Weber carburetor. Check that out. Hold on, let me get the flashlight mounted. That's a belt. Is there a watch underneath it? Is that just the way it is? Yeah, it's got a little belt holding the wires on. Got antifreeze in it. I could touch it. The level's right there. I don't know. Does this have an overflow bottle on it? I see the tube going out. I don't know if it goes to anything. I think it just drains on the ground. So that'd be its normal height. Some green fuel line. Now I know we saw a fuel pump in the back. Is this just a fuel filter? Yeah, it looks like it, huh? Probably master cylinder fluid. Yeah, the trans looks pretty good. The engine and trans looks pretty good. I believe we looked the number up. The VIN number on the engine matches the VIN number on the chassis. The last 4 digits of it match each other, so that I know at least the engine is the correct one that the car came with. Go under dash light, under hood light. Neat. Let's go fire it up. Again, I know it stutters a bunch when it's cold. Let's go see what it does when it warms up. See if we can make any improvements on it. Is there an air fuel mix right down there? I actually see it. Let me get the light mounted again. Get in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I might see the problem already. So I think we have a vacuum leak. That's a vacuum hose coming off. Does that go to that? Right there. Like that. Yeah, I think the hose might be split though, so it's not staying on. Yeah. Is it cut? Yeah, it's broke. Let me go cut that back. We'll put that on. We'll see if the idle comes back around. I know it was stuttering. I thought we were gonna have to go pull the carb. That might be the easiest fix yet so far. Where does that go down to? The distributor for vacuum advance, maybe? You would think if I had a vacuum hose off that way it would idle higher. I'm looking at the distributor, which is right here. I don't see a, oh yeah, there is. Yeah, that's where it goes. That's the vacuum advance for the distributor. Go cut that back. Put that on there. Probably the biggest repair on the whole car. You do have to fix it. Oh. Vacuum hose. Now that I said that, it won't be what's not making it idle well. I don't know how old the fuel is neither. Again, it's at least 2 years old. Get on there. The plugs all look new from at least the top side, they do. I mean, it looks pretty clean. Even there's not even like any kind of grime or anything on anything, you know? Alright, let's go fire it up. Find where the choke is, give it some choke. One of these is choke. Not that one. Oh, that one. Got the choke on a little bit. Let it warm up, see what it does. I don't think we fixed it. I think we held it, but I don't think we fixed it. Yeah. Let's go turn the idle circuit up a little bit so we can get it to warm up, and then we'll kind of tweak. We may be pulling that carb apart anyway. This is going to be hard to see. So this one's going to be our air fuel mix right here. And this one should be how far the throttle stops back, right? So this is our throttle. So let's go rotate. I can get in there. Let's go run this one in a little. Go like half a turn, just enough to try to keep it running. Anyway, we went half a turn on it. And let's see if that'll stay going for us. And then we'll go tweak with that air fuel mix after it's warmed up. And if it doesn't, we're probably going to have to pull that carb apart. We'll probably have a dirty idle circuit. Fuel doesn't look too bad. Look at the fuel lines. I don't see it looking too crappy, but you never know, right? From sitting. So you can do it from outside the car. Gotta open the garage door, turn the fan out. See if that, leave that run though. Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah, it's kind of getting worse. I got the choke on somewhat, keeping it up. That when you turn the choke on, it also ups the idle even more. Let's go leave it like that for, I don't know, about 5 minutes or so. Check back in. And I'm gonna open up the doors and all. Well, while it's warming up, let's go look at some gauges, see what we got. We got oil pressures at, I don't want to call that, maybe 70-ish. Temp is cold, or 140. Fuel gauge, we have 3/4 of a tank. And oil temperature is still at 140 also. I thought I saw something on the oil pan. I was trying to figure out what it was, so maybe that's what it is, oil temp. As far as starting it, turn the key on, then you hit a button for the starter. I have no idea what these do. I'm gonna flick them, see if anything happens. I don't know what they do. What's this one? That one's not even hooked up to anything. We got the choke. I don't know. I don't want to break anything neither, you know. I think that would be headlights. There we go. So you turn the parking lights on, that light comes on under the hood. How do we turn it off? Now that it came on, it stays on. It came on when I pulled the switch out. That's headlights. And I would think high beam and low beam is going to be a button on the floor, right? Yeah. So we got high beam, low beam there. That's probably going to be your washer reservoir. It's probably like a little pump diaphragm. Oh, actually turn the wipers on. That's funky. You got to hold it down with your foot? I'm holding it down with my foot and the wipers are going. Okay. One of them's got to be one that it runs on though, right? Don't know. That's funky. Spring-loaded ashtray that pops out. What we got in there? What's that? We got a little May 30th, 2017. Oil filter change, antifreeze, checked fluids, mileage 62537. We now have on it 6.5, so we are talking 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, 6.5. A little under 3,000, 2,700 miles. All that stuff was done. That I had the lights on. That's what that indicator is. Turn the choke off. See if we get. Turn the lights off too. Yeah. Died. Try to fire it up. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to dig into that carb. We could probably try backing the air fuel mix out, because there's not enough fuel at idle in the idle circuit. So if you back the air fuel mix screw out, it gives it more fuel. We'll see if that does anything. Yeah, we get the choke just in the right spot. Still kind of idle. It's been about 5 minutes or so. The temp gauge is just starting to move off of 140, getting a little bit of heat in it. I don't know if these are cold-blooded or not. What's this? That looks like an air cleaner for like probably whatever original carburetor you would have had. Anything else in here? What do we got? It looks like just like trim screws for the interior. Like a little door screws and that kind of thing. Let's go kind of try to clear her out a little bit, and then we'll try adjusting that before we pull that carb apart. Yeah, he's got to figure something's got to be like defrosting all right. Like that was the headlight one, yeah. Choke. I just don't know what those symbols are. Sure, we could look it up, but what fun is that? That one stopped, turned all the way and stopped and did something. Yeah. That one works by rotating it. It sounds like it's on a like an electric sweep on a coil. Right, let's go see if we can get her to turn the choke off. Still says lights on. Okay. That turned off. Sounds good. getting some heat in it now. Alright, let's go. Gonna die on us. I'll light it off. Alright, let's go try backing out that air fuel mix. See if it'll help. I don't know if it'll stay running long enough. We can do it anyway and just kind of fire it back up again. Wonder if the air cleaner has any effect on it too, having that on there. Shouldn't be that drastic though. Let's go back that out. See if we... Run it in and see if we get any change. Could be so clogged it's not doing anything. It's off. Okay. Let's go back it up. About 2 turns. I think we're going in though. Could be other issues too, but I don't. Yeah, they back it out. Seemed too bad. I would guess it probably should be idling around, I don't know, maybe around 950 or so. What are we at? Can't tell. So I guess that's 1,000. We're right at 1,000 right now, which I would think probably be right in the window where we should be. So this one's interior light. It was, there it goes. I don't know what these two do though. Maybe something in the trunk. Maybe it's got like a trunk light or something. Let's go. Can we peek in there? To have a release. See what's in the trunk. There we go. Clean spare. Here's the rest of the air cleaner. Should grab the light. Looks like we got a toolkit right there. Somebody kind of went with some paint in there. In fact, the spare tire rim looks just as nice as the other ones we got here. That's our fuel fill. Has its own extra protective cover. Like somebody put seals on the lid, and here they look like they're new. Did this come out of here? Another belt. So that, I wonder if that belt up front with the plug wires must be something from the factory. Get that one-handed. I gotta put you down. Now I got it. Of course, it's got another one on it. Yeah, I'd say that looks original, huh? It's got some, definitely got some use to it too. All peened over. So plugs, lug nuts. Probably like a specialty tool. That might be for the valve cover. I saw some weird hardware on that. You say Alpha? Yeah, they can say Alpha right on them. I don't know if that's like a tire spoon or what that one is. Yeah, then the Alpha wrenches. Alright, you want to go staying running. I don't know, again, the guy was a mechanic, so I see it has a header on it, whether that's a factory header or... It clears out. It seems like, even with the hesitation though, like right off from idle, it seems like it has a little bit of a flat spot. Try backing that out a little bit more. Is the screwdriver still over there? What do I do with it? I wonder if that hose was off and somebody tried tweaking it and ran it way in. I'm going like half turn and stopping. There it goes. Let's let it sit like that for a while. I'll take that idle screw, I'll back that idle screw back down again to where it was. I think we went in like half a turn. We bring it back out half a turn, and then we'll run the air fuel mix in until it starts to stutter, and we'll back it up a little bit. That sounded better. Yeah, I have a feeling that maybe what somebody did, maybe it was going the other way. I wonder if you pull the vacuum hose off, would the idle come up? A lot of times it revs higher because you got an intake leak. Let's see if we get in there with a stubby. I'll just put it right back where it was, which was half a turn. Come on. So that's where it was. Gravity's kicking my ass today. I don't hear the flat spot anymore. Yeah, a little bit. Let's go run that air fuel mix until it starts to stutter a little bit. Then we'll back it off. Can get it with my fingers. There also could have been a little bit of dirt on the end of the needle. Backed it out, it cleared itself. At some point it starts stuttering. Right there. Okay, go back it off from there. Right till it runs smooth. We'll leave it right there for a second. I think we leave it like that. We'll pop that air cleaner back on it. Good. It wants to live. We'll check on our gauges, see what we got for temps. I want to throw a meter on it for the charging system. We'll see how that's doing. I don't know how accurate the gauge is on here. We'll make sure that part's working. What do we got now? Oil pressure's coming down because it's warming up. Yeah, our temp is at like 160 maybe. Do you have directionals or anything that work? Yeah. Go turn some lights on, see what on the outside of the car was this one, right? There you go. Now it's got 2 clicks. Before, when we first tried it, it was only clicking 1 spot. Funny how the light just stays on under the hood all the time. Guess it doesn't hurt anything, right? Those are all lit. I hit the high beams. They worked. See what we got for taillights. Plate lights working. Sounds pretty good. I'm gonna go get that air cleaner on it. I say we probably should run it a little bit, and then if we have to, we could probably reach in there with the air cleaner on it, tweak it a little bit one more time after we run it, and maybe put some fresh fuel in with it. Get a meter on it. All the lights are on, so it should have a load. Battery should be at like 12.7 by itself, and then running should be in the 13s, and when you rev it up, like higher 13s. Hold it. Well, volts DC. Yeah. Low. Let's go. Turn the headlights off. It is a generator, I do believe. I'm trying to get this on here a little better. Easier said than done. How about we stab it? Can we stab it? See, it's at 11 and change. Up to 12 and change. Go turn it off and see what the resting voltage of the battery is. We have a charging system issue to go look into. That should be higher than that. Should be in the 13s, especially when I revved it up. Did it have a gauge? I remember seeing a try it. No, we had 2 temperature. We had oil and water temp. I don't think there was one per charging. Let's go look into that. Also, I want to pull a wheel off of each, a front and a rear, and go see what they look like. Let's go see how it restarts. Pretty good. Yeah, was there a charge? I don't see anything, do you? No. Fuel, water temp, oil temp. It probably has a light, a dynamo. So the dynamo would be the charging system. I don't think, you think there's anything that we got to turn on for it to turn on? Like, did it do anything funky like that? Well, I do see a fuse box. I can't tell you what any of that stuff says. I guess you could probably look for a blown fuse too, right? You know what they say? Oh, I think anything a charging system would be like that heavy one right there, right? Probably dance a test light across all of them. Is that one missing? No, it's just sunk in. It's lighter. Well, that one. I'm gonna grab a test light. I'm just gonna check all those and make sure power's going across them. Anyone that has power on top has got power on the other side of it. I would figure those wipers, you know, this probably you're hitting the washer fluid, and it probably also has a switch for just go check, see if they got. See each one have power on the one side. That one doesn't. Like if you don't have the headlights on, some stuff's not going to be activated, but the charging system should be going right now. So that one, that one, that one, that one. And whatever's not on, these are probably dead because of that. Yeah. But yeah, so I think one of those switches up there is probably to have the wipers that go regularly, but anytime you hit the washer fluid, it also looks like it hits a switch coming down to here. You hit that, it also makes the wipers go. I see it's a big switch right there. What's that? It's a big heavy wire going to something, huh? What do you think that does? That one. There. If I can chase it along. Like maybe the fan motor, maybe? So we got about a half-hour runtime on it now. We got the crack in the manifold right there. Well, the charging system must be doing something. And the reason why I say that is that's the negative terminal right off of it. So the battery's disconnected out of the circuit and the car's staying running. The car's staying running from something that's generating power. Whether it not be the full voltage that we are looking for, that I don't know. But it is working, so I'm gonna leave well enough alone. Maybe it's just something I don't understand, but generally on anything I've kind of ever worked on, when the car is, you rev the car up, you get into like the, like the mid 13s. A fully charged 12-volt battery should be around 12.7 volts, and you rev it up, you got to be higher than that to charge a battery. So usually it kind of runs at like the mid 13s, sometimes even up into 14s. You get up into 15, then you're overcharging. All right, leave that alone then. Let's go pull some wheels. Actually, let's look underneath it while it's still running, see if we see anything. I did wipe the oil pan off and that with a rag real quick. Exhaust looks pretty good. That's the breather coming out underneath it. That's the oil temperature switch, I guess. And it looks like possibly we have a little bit of a coolant leak right there. I don't know if it's that valve. I'm looking at the floor. That right there. That was already there. That's from another car. Yeah, I just saw it drip. Is this a bad idea? Yeah, it might be. I can get hot. It looks like the valve, right? Let's go get a rag and wipe it off. Leaking from behind, like it's not leaking out of the valve, it's leaking out of the nut where the nut meets the radiator. Yeah, right there. I don't know if I want to try putting a wrench on that or not. Can't ready to do it right now. Okay. This might end up being my Darwin award, but let's see what we get. answer my question, huh? Fuck. Shit. How's that for your new camera? I ate it too, right in the mouth. Well, my new $1,000 camera also ate it. Hopefully it's a superficial wound. Oh, it's horrible. I just lightly put, I just started to put pressure on it and it just ripped right out of there. Where did it end up? You suck. I need to share it. I ate it. I mean, literally ate it. Yeah, so that solder joint was just, I didn't even get to start wrenching on it. I was just starting to see if it snugged down on it. Let me see how much rust is on it. All right, I gotta go clean some stuff up, including me. So I think we might change the coolant. That might be enough. It might not. So I don't know what's worse. Calling out your own Darwin Award or filming it. Either way, I hope it was entertaining. I thought it was warm. Well, I'm still working on camera recovery and floor cleanup, but to give you an idea. Here's the glasses I was wearing. That'll give you the idea of the blast that I got and you got because you were right next to me and the camera took just as much, right dead smack in the face. Like it never happened. Kinda. Alright, it's a new day. Let's go see if we can get that radiator out of there and get that repaired and move on. Pretend nothing happened. Well, it's got these funky hose clamps on. I've never seen this kind before. I don't know if we just untwist them. Does it undo itself? Or not? That'd be tighter, right? Kind of neat. Get some slack underneath it, it would be. Kind of want to leave them on there. They look like there's something from the factory, you know? Yeah. Maybe like a needle nose or something like that we get under it. Is it moving? Is there like a higher and a lower level to it? Kind of like the ones for your CV joints. But those you can't reuse. I don't think you can. Alright. We get enough slack in that. How about these? Sometimes these have a little. There. Good. I'm not taking the hose with it, but let's go give ourselves a little bit of working room, right? There you go. Kind of wondering if it comes out through the top or the bottom. The fan, I could see being down there. There's not much room between the fan and the body. I think the metal part of it just broke away. Maybe you can't reuse them. We'll see. We'll worry about that when we go to put it back together. It's out of the way now. There you go. One. I think the bottom just got a regular hose clamp on it. You thought I was going to drop the washer, didn't you? Me too. Again. So down below there's a front balance is welded on. That does not come off. And there's a steering rod that goes across it. Hopefully we can wiggle this a little bit. And the bottom leans back. Try not to rub it up against the fan, you know. You got it? Oh yeah, that's heavy for what it is. To the bench. Let's see what we got. So I thought this piece right here, when we're looking at it, I thought this was threaded into something right here. I don't know if that is still the case or not. Maybe it is. And so I thought it was leaking from the packing around here. And instead, I can see the solder joint from here to here was attached, and the rest of this all the way around was not attached. So 2/3 of it was already broken away. And as soon as there wasn't much that I put on it as far as wrench pressure, and it just yeah, it gave me almost my Darwin Award. So we're gonna try and fix it. And I got a big ass soldering iron. Let's go clean all these surfaces up. We'll go clean this up on a wire wheel. I don't know if we can I don't think this comes out of the center of it because it's got a flat door on it. I think you can just probably put it in a vise. This will back off, and this is a flat surface that closes off a window that it's able to pass through the center of it. Let me go clean this up on a wire wheel. We'll clean this all up on a wire wheel, and hopefully we can get the two to marry back to each other. Yeah. So it is two different pieces. This is the bung that would have been soldered in there, and this is what I thought was unthreading and leaking right around there. I don't see a way of trying to get this apart without damaging it. I'm gonna try putting this in a vise right here. Clamp on this lip, we'll put a wrench on this, see if we can get this to back off. I'd rather try to solder it without this assembly in the way, but you know, the lesser of two evils, what we're gonna damage. Trying to get the two of them to go together. Let's try it. What else can go wrong? Actually, I went with vice grips because you get maybe a little bit more bite on it. Yeah. I don't want to tear up this surface so much because it's going to make it that much harder for us to seal. Let's just move forward with what it is. Actually, can we open the valve? I don't think it has any kind of material on it, you know what I mean, that's burn up. Okay. Yeah, at least we'll open that part of it up. Unless you get rid of whatever peened over surface there is there, you're not going to be able to get the rest of that out. Maybe we'll leave it open. Now that I marred it up, right, I'm going to take a little bit more time to clean up those surfaces. How about a little sandpaper? You got to get through that cruddy layer. If you've ever done copper pipes, you got to get the, what's the oxidation called? Work on that. The other problem too is it's a radiator, so it's meant to dissipate heat. So you're trying to heat it up to get something clean, something soldered. Yeah. I want to let that evaporate before we put fire to it, huh? We're going to have to be able to turn that. Can you get a wrench in there? Yeah, we're going to have to be able to turn that so you can get the solder to flow around it. Let's go leave it kind of like halfway. Yeah, let's go with that. So you're going to have to get the iron on it, be able to get our workaround. All right, so we got flux, we got solder, and we got an iron that's plugged in, but we're going to help it get up the temperature. See if we're getting close. Yeah. Tin the iron. Watch your leg. A little more than that. Let's see if we get any heat transfer. We got to heat it up. Like I said, the hardest part is getting the heat onto. You have to get this hot enough to melt solder, you know, not the iron. It's the some metal under it. Then the iron cools off while you're kind of going to do it. And having that little bit of solder on the end of the gun, it helps for heat transfer. So, you know, there is a puddle on the iron, and that helps transfer the heat to the... Yeah, it's going to cool off too fast on us. I see something. We're starting to transfer. Walk our way around it. There you go. Heat the iron up some more. A lot of times I'll have 2 irons going. I'm in your way. Grows here. And then there comes a point, you know, you just got to leave it alone. Which might be right now. I'm going to let that cool down. Make sure it's just still spinning for us. And we'll let that cool down. And I don't know if there's really a way to test it. So that's the clamp that was on the bottom. Unfortunately, that one was rotted out. So I just put 2 new ones on. I'll throw these in the trunk if somebody wants them for nostalgia purposes of what's supposed to be there. You'll probably use the top one over, maybe. I looked up what I used for antifreeze, and it said nothing special. It said just use the regular green stuff. This is, I think, the one that's supposed to be able to mix with everything. Global lifetime. Guaranteed. I'm going to let that, we'll get about half a gallon in it. And I'm going to let that sit for a minute, just in case it weeps out around that fitting on the bottom. My only concern is a little bit of solder got on the valve part of it when I went to go shut it. Can't shut all the way. But let that sit for a couple seconds, then I'll fill it up if it shows no sign of seepage. All right, see how it does on a cold start. It's been sitting again overnight. Let's see how it is with the new carb adjustment, so to speak. One of these is choke, that one. I have the choke on about 20% maybe. Give it a second. Oh, I gotta back it off. Let's go shut it off. Give it a hair. Choke's on a little bit. back up in the air again and check things out. That's been running a couple minutes. Idle seems like it's calm right down, which I like that. Probably could turn idle speed down maybe just a hair. I don't see anything dripping. It definitely looks much better than what it was. I don't think, get out of there. Alright, what were we doing? Tires? We're gonna go look at brakes, weren't we? Alright, let's go see what we make out with that. Yeah, see what we got going on in here. I don't have to scuff up the rim, you know, the hubcap's got scores in it, but good, I don't see a big nut in the center of it that we have to try to get a puller on. Got a funky wheel weights too, I've never seen one like that. I wonder if it's all stuff that in Italy. How about we go the other way? Try tricking me. I have a Mopar. Righty tighty unless it's Italian. Alright. These two set screws here, I probably think that's what's holding the drum. Or at least this plate on. See if we can get them out. Is it? Yeah, I don't know if we need to take them out or not. Let's go try it. They might be on the... Maybe a little impact. Nope. I was going to hit it with a hammer. Sometimes just a threat does wonders. Funky drums, huh? With like aluminum with a steel. Oh, yeah, there's aluminum with a steel band inside. Well, I do not see any leakage. Shoes all look good. That is, so it's just this one is the wheel cylinder, and then that pushes through here. This one I think floats back and forth maybe. Is that a wheel cylinder? There's no lines going to it. That's the adjuster. So maybe this floats, so this wheel cylinder floats back and forth like that. It's got a clip on it, so I can't pull it back to see if there's any fluid leaking. Got something left on them. That shoe's getting a little on the thin side. Yeah. Looks pretty decent. It's parked for a little while in one spot. Alright, let's go throw that back together. I don't see anything dangerous, so to speak, and we'll pop one off the front. Do we not have to take the spindle off of that? I was figuring I have to go take the bearing out of it. What if it's the same drum? Front and rear. Yeah, we got to get something a little bit more authority for those though. How about a little shake and brake action? Get in there. Got that one. One more. Love that thing. You don't use it much. When you do, it pays for itself. Alright. Well, they all look nice and new. The drum looks really good. Yeah, I think this so this one's got two wheel cylinders on it. And again, a lot of times the tell is you pull the boot back if you see any fluid. That's got grease in that one. they're fine. Shoes look new too. Back and plate's been lubed. The adjusters have been lubed. And the drums look pretty good. Good. Yeah, at some point you probably need some rear brake shoes, but everything else seems pretty decent on it. I would suspect the other side is new. I'm not going to go bother pulling that off of there. All right, I'm going to go throw this back together. I'm going to go check some fluids and probably check some tire pressures. Get them all set up. Yeah, throwing it back together, I noticed they are tubed tires, not tubeless. Yeah, they're all down about 10, 15 pounds. They had like 15 in one tire, 17 in another. But I think you're to the point that maybe we go find a back road and take it for a spin. See what it's like. All right, guys, I actually got a cameraman today, so I don't have to do a freehold. Let's go fire her up. Go take her for a spin on some back roads. These mirrors are next to useless. Sounds awesome. Exactly say it's a powerhouse, but it's got a cool sound to it. It's like what you would expect for what the car. We use a 59. Yeah. Yep. So we're doing like 40, and it's at 2,500 RPM. So figure what's 60, probably like 3,500.
No idea.
Which should be decent. Like sometimes some of the really old cars, you try and run them and you can't take them down a highway. All you can do is back roads because the thing is screaming so bad. Brakes feel smooth. See if I can. I wouldn't say it's going to stop on a dime, but the pedal's smooth, there's no pulse or nothing in it. It doesn't pull. It's a fun little car. See if I can rev match third gear. Nope. I think third's a little squirrely. I think it's supposed to be a synchro trans. Let me try slowing it down. I'll run it through the gears again. See if it is. It goes in a second without grinding. How about first? First might not be a synchro. Even if you bog it in fourth gear, still feels pretty good. Got a weird sound to it though, like a V-twin. Try for third again. Yeah, if you rev match it, it'll go into third. Today was warm. Today was like 90. It fires up, no choke. It starts in half a second. It's none of that bunch of cranking. It seems like it's kind of mellowed out too, as far as the idle and everything. It was kind of like popping a little bit. It seems like it's gone away or pretty much going away. Plus the gas is whatever it was in it. So that's probably 2 years old. Didn't look bad. The handle's nice. That's a view, huh? Southern New Hampshire mountains. The power lines. Third. Yeah, he's got a baby. I think once you get used to it. It is what, 65 years old? 66? Yeah, the road's getting pretty bumpy over here. We'll find a spot, see if I can do a drive-by. I want to do that, see what it looks like cruising on by.
Slash stone walls and
Here's how I do it.
yeah, all that.
Hot dog it a little bit. I think we just popped out a third, yeah. Let me let off. Yeah, so that's gonna be one thing that has a little bit of a strike against it. It's quiet though, I don't hear no whining or grinding or anything. Yeah, see when I let off what it does. Yeah, it's when you let off. It seems to want to go pop. Probably would have been a good idea to clean the windshield. I got a brake check and see how it does. It's pretty, I'm not even touching the wheel. All that stuff seems pretty good. It's part me and part the car, I think. It handles the road awesome though. It really does have a good feel to it. It feels like it's pretty like weight balance going around the curves. Care for a ride?
Buzzing.
That thing's whistling again. Yeah. There's a plug for the clutch adjustment. It's like a little access plate that goes over it, and it moved. It was rubbing on the flywheel. I'm trying to figure out what that noise was. And we touched it, and we're like, oh, there it is.
Oh, just went away. Oh,
She hit another bump, and it comes back on. You're hearing like a little bit of like a whistling kind of noise, trying to figure out what it is. It's a plug, that aluminum thing in the trans right there, right? That thing right there. I'm trying to not burn my hand, but I think so. It looks like it's homemade. You probably just pop it right out of there. It's hot though. There we go. I don't know if it fell into the car. Hopefully it did. The tongs are a little bit too long on it. That's all. So good. That's what that noise was. Now I gotta go find it. The rest of it seems pretty quiet. I'll do a little walk around and we'll call it. We're gonna poke at it with a stick because it's too hot. That thing go. Just saw it. It's like sitting on top of the master cylinder. You got a light on your phone? I see it. Right. It's got one. There it goes. All right. And that one fell. Let's go see what this thing looks like. Bet you that's warm. Yeah. That right there. Well, that's your problem. Put it in the trunk. All right, guys. Well, our shakedown run worked out pretty good. The only thing I really noticed is it does pop out of third gear when you let off. If your hand's not on the shifter, you let off, you can see the shifter bump forward and come out of gear. And maybe, my guess is probably the synchro on that. It seems like it's okay. It's not noisy or anything while you're in third. It pulls all power. All the gears sound, even as far as any kind of noise is coming out of it. You let go of the steering wheel, stay straight, you hit the brakes with your hands off the steering wheel, there's no pulse in it, it doesn't pull to one side or anything. So somebody did a really nice job keeping the mechanicals up on it. Aesthetics is probably its only issue. I actually kind of like it the way it is. You don't have to worry about, parking it somewhere without getting a ding on it. But if somebody ever takes it to that next level, as far as cleaning the paint up and doing the interior, it would be a really nice car. I'm surprised. I didn't, I thought the thing was going to drive like a Volvo. It actually handles quite nice. So it's going to go on Bring a Trailer, no reserve, probably in a couple of weeks. And I'm sure whoever's going to be bidding on it probably will be seeing this video also. We have no skin in the game. Whatever the car sells for, it sells for. So we're showing you, all its bumps and bruises and what you're getting. And what I'll do is whatever it sells for, if you guys want to make a guess now, because it's going to be probably a couple of weeks, I'll pin it in the comments what it actually ended up going for. Or maybe put a link to the sale of it, and you guys want to go check it out. But for this one, guys, I think we're done. I am getting eaten by bugs, so I'm going to go call it. I want to thank you all for hanging out, doing a little bit of wrenching, a little bit of taste testing of antifreeze, and we'll do it again sometime. Till then, I'll see you later. Spent 2 hours with the camera after my little mishap with Q-tips trying to clean it out. It took a direct shot, like full pressure. It's the whole 3/4 of an inch diameter, just right at the camera, right at me, my glasses, my shirt. 2 gallons of stuff shot at me, and it was like sticky antifreeze too. It's a fun car. Yeah. It kind of gives me a little bit of like Karma Gia, kind of. They can, the weight displacement's a little different, but it has that same kind of like design to it. That's probably the best way to say it. But isn't Karma Gia? Karma Gia's an Italian designer anyway. That's who did it. So
I really love this pattern that they did on the instruments. It's just gorgeous. Very period feel and unique. I love the large lettering and they did a nice job of getting it.
Yeah, it runs pretty good.
Yeah.
This might end up being my Darwin Award, but let's see what we get.